Alright guys, here we're going to talk about Season 5, Episode 20 of the Twilight Zone. A dud.
Okay, done. Thanks guys, we'll see you next week. It's been a pleasure as always.
This is Agnes the robot.
Yeah, no, I didn't like this either, so this won't be a contentious thing at all.
Like, I like little things about it. Like, I love that it's like a little door opens and it's just like a card with the answers. Just some dude behind it like swapping
I want some
cards.
animated GIFs of like some of the cards that pop up or whatever, but so yeah, there's a new scientist that gets assigned to work with the supercomputer. It's the sci-fi like her, I think, and some other stuff do things like this where it's like, oh, and he's falling in love with the computer, or the computer's falling in love with him, and she's jealous, and blah 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 blah. But it's like a univac. It's like a giant. It's like femputor. It's the gigantic computer from back in the day. Part of that's cool. Part of that's kitschy, like you say.
Sure.
Just like weird tape and things flying out of it.
Yeah, it's like the ticker paper just shooting out.
It's just vomiting ticker out.
Hundreds of buttons and stuff that are so far out of reach that you're like, why would those even be there?
What are those buttons for?
So like, the kitschy factor is fun for this, but that's about where it falls off, that it's a jealous robot. It wants to sabotage his relationship. Originally, though, it's like the good friend who kind of likes you and is trying to like, oh, I'll give you advice. Yeah. And then clearly that advice turns to like not advice.
No, like the guy, the hapless fuck, what was his name? Jim?
Hapless fuck.
Hapless fuck scientist. He's like got the hots. I think she's a secretary or something. She's works in the front or whatever. He has the hots for her. He's like,
Millie, I think is her name.
Yeah. Could you go out with me one night? And she's like, no, bitch. And he's like, I
don't even get where it changed, because like
why all of a sudden?
All of a sudden they're like, yeah, we're dating. What do you mean? I never totally turned you down cold as fuck.
And not just like we are going on dates, but like, yes, I'll see you tomorrow. Like it was like a regular
You're
thing.
my
all
steady.
Of a sudden. Yeah, or whatever, but not like whatever. Yeah. So then she sabotages the relationship, as you alluded to. She's like, introduce her to this other guy, this lantern-jawed tough man, or whatever he is.
Yeah, you mean that big muscle guy with a sports car?
A tan? Yeah.
Oh yes, he's an inferior specimen.
Like, yes. You need to provide a contrast. So they fall.
He's not even dumber than him.
No.
He has like eventually his job.
So I know. They say something like third level programmer or like third floor lower programmer, so you think he's gonna be like, oh, I'm not smart. I'm a mook guy who's just like, I'm only doing this for the whatever. My real passion is to race helicopters.
He's some idiot who works at NASA.
Yes, the worst NASA guy. He can only do whatever abstract calculus or something like that. No, it's the whole thing. There's a mission to Venus planned, but the computer doesn't want to talk about that.
Yeah,
the computer wants to talk about Millie and like ruin his relationship so they can be together. That doesn't even make sense, because what are they going to do? Whatever.
Even the robot has an ugly name.
Agnes.
Yeah.
A-G, like
I was thinking that, like, it clearly went where obviously it was going to go where, he's a breakdown, whatever. Yeah. But it would have been a nice twist if that girl he happened to just keep giving things to eventually goes out with him.
Yeah.
Like, it all works out perfectly for him, and then the guy who stole his girlfriend ends up tormented and fucked by
the computer.
So, like, it teaches you a lesson to steal someone's girlfriend.
Or something.
But instead it's like, do you care about your girlfriend? Do you take advice to try to please her? You've lost her and everything.
No.
The classic twist.
I love the running gag where he's like, I got you this, I started a diet. I got you this, I'm allergic to roses. And then he walks right outside and there's the same other girl. That's classic. Something about that. I'm like, oh, what is this?
No, I thought that was great.
Sam Raimi
when he says, are you on a diet? And she like does like a strut pose.
No.
And I'm like, well, you're thicker than the last girl. Like, are you to say yes or no?
Yeah.
Or is it like, I don't give a shit about diets?
Exactly.
And no matter how you take it, I loved it.
No matter what she means, I loved it. Yeah,
because she had a confidence about her.
She was great. That guy should have been with her. So, like, as you're talking about, the episode opens up and we've got another scientist guy who's like, oh, you don't understand. She's a femme fatale and all that stuff. And then he's out and our main character's in. He's like, my guy was fucking crazy. I'm going to take care of this. And then at the end, it's like, oh, like the cycle continues. And then the Walter, whatever, the guy that now is with Millie gets put into that role. So you're like, he's also doomed to suffer the same fate.
Is he doomed?
No, I feel like he'd be like, computer, shut up.
He's the one that I think would be totally fine because he's confident with the ladies. There's no.
He already has a girlfriend now. Yeah, exactly.
But even if he didn't, he wouldn't be asking the computer, like, bitch, I do whatever I want.
Let's talk about Venus.
Have you seen me?
Yeah, let's talk about Venus. I race cars. That's what they're for. I race them. Yeah. No, so like when you get to the end and Rod says, and I quote, advice to all future male scientists.
Yeah, all three of you.
Be sure to understand the opposite sex, especially if you intend being a computer expert. Otherwise, you may find yourself like poor Elmwood. Is that his name?
Yeah,
I thought it was
sounds
Jimmy.
about right.
That name sucks. Defeated by a jealous machine, a most dangerous sort of female, whose victims are forever banished to the Twilight Zone. Like, computers are like women, or like don't like let your, I don't know, like if you don't understand women.
Sometimes you hit them out of the park there, Rod. Other times you just kind of flop like a fish, and this is one of those.
No, like computers are not like women. Like, doesn't make any sense.
They're cold. They're calculated.
They're out to get you. They have to rob you of your precious fluids and stuff like that.
More or less.
No, like the only interpretations we can make from that like ending are like insane. It makes no sense.
Yeah, no, of course.
Like there's no connection whatsoever, and like the events that unfolded are not teaching me about that. I can assure you, as a computer programmer, that like understand women. That way you can be an expert programmer. I'm like, this is the opposite of how things usually go.
Even as a lesson in itself, what are you really teaching?
What are you trying to say?
Like even if you're just teaching a lesson about the things that actually happened in this episode, not even making it a broad comparison to anyone involved.
With the rod
it's
thing,
like, so what are you saying? He didn't really do anything wrong. He followed it, like something felt like, it's like, don't let a stalker fall in love with you, especially if they have more power than you. That's what the real message is.
Right? Or like, don't take advice when you need advice. It's not, and to top it all off, the whole thing is structured or has like the vibe of like a comedy. Like we have that running gag where he gives the gifts to the other girl.
Yes.
And it's also like, womp, 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 womp. It's playing these like horrible noises, and then it's playing this like horrible music where I'm like, the tone of this, like if it was a guy who went mad, he's like, no, the computer's talking to me. It wants me to break up. This computer's trying to break us up. They'd be like, oh my God, dude, you're so crazy. It would be this whole like dark thing.
Oh my God, my uncle was right when he said the lottery machine was trying to get him.
The lottery machine. This has happened before. I thought I destroyed you in a cave. Yeah, like it's right. Yeah. So I don't know.
Slot machine, not lottery machine.
Yeah. Not a good episode by any means. I think we can say that.
Super done. You got any buttons, or is that
those
all you
those
have
are
to
all
say?
my buttons.
All right, guys, that's all that happened in this episode of Twilight Zone. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.